Well, yeah.
Let's give out some awards here.
All right, we're going to do our own Sims Complete. This is Sims Complete on the Bleed Sports Network, brought to you by FanDuel. We're going to do our own award system here, Phil.
All right.
And we're going to go through essentially just the list that the NFL has presented for the NFL awards, right? We'll go through MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year. I'll tell you who's listed in all of these categories as well, and see what we say. So let's start with, I'm going to go from the bottom award up. So we'll finish with the MVP.
All right,
that's all right.
Yes, that's the way to do it.
All right. So the AP Assistant Coach of the Year, you have Vic Fangio, you have Brian Flores, Vance Joseph, Clint Kubiak, and Josh McDaniels. Phil Sims, who are you voting for your AP Assistant Coach of the Year?
Oh, that's pretty easy for me. Clint Kubiak.
Ooh, all right. I didn't think that you were going to go there. Okay.
Yeah, but I did it this way. I like him on the offensive side. And this one, he's not going to win, but people is Brian Flores.
Okay.
Minnesota. You know why? Because I said to you at the end of the year, every time I turn it on, I go, "God damn, I've never seen that before."
Yeah.
And, his imaginations, I don't know where he's getting it. Well, I know where he's getting it. He's smart and all that. But yeah, what he does as a defensive coordinator, and it's every week. So those two to me stood out. When I did it, I started looking at, I have to sometimes look at, the assistant coaches on teams. I go, no, I'm right. These two of them, they're my favorites, and that's who I vote for.
All right, so Big Phil with the Assistant Coach of the Year on the offensive side has Clint Kubiak. On the defensive side has Brian Flores. If you had to give it to just one guy, big guy, who would you give it to?
I'm going to give it to Clint Kubiak because he's new on the scene, and, I think people go, oh, wow, bring some attention to him for how good he is at what he's doing.
Right.
Too, just another thing about him, I've had coaches that are trying to get a head job, and I would say not everyone, but most of them say, if I get a job, I'm going to go after Clint Kubiak.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, no, I just go, oh, really? And of course, I think I paid more attention to this year what he did in Seattle. It was super, super impressive.
It definitely is. It definitely is. All right, so now let's go to the AP Coach of the Year. The list is Liam Cohen, Ben Johnson, Mike McDonald, Kyle Shanahan, and Mike Vrabel. Really tough list right there.
It is.
Honestly, I don't think that there's a wrong answer in this one. Just would like to hear your thoughts after that answer.
It's tough. I'm going to say, well, I know what I'm going to say. I'm just trying to I'm going to say Mike Vrabel.
All right.
And I feel really good about that. To me, it was him and Ben Johnson.
Okay.
Of course, 2 first-year coaches in the team they're at. Both teams played extremely well. And Mike Vrabel, I probably during the offseason, I'm thinking, yeah, Ben Johnson might have a tougher job than Mike Vrabel. But Mike Vrabel just did a great job of bringing the team together.
Yeah.
And like I've said to you, and I tell people all the time in interviews, I go, hey, he told me it's not about X's and O's. It's about your connection with the players.
Yeah. And
man, does he show it.
Right.
I mean, hell, if I ever have a restaurant, I want him to be the maitre d' because, man, he's grabbing, hugging, get over here. Right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Feel good.
Yeah.
I just threw my 4th interception, coach. Don't worry about it. You're the man. Come on, that's him. And I think that's part of coaching, of course.
Mm-hmm. And
the team, the style of play, just everything about him. Yeah, of course, it's got some Bill Belichick in it. That's where he learned probably the most about football was when he was playing for the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Then he went to college at Ohio State, and then he gets whatever. But yeah, I'm going to give it to Mike Vrabel in a close vote over Ben Johnson.
All right. I mean, again, it's a great list. And I think one thing that you hit on there, that's a great point. All of these guys on the list, I think, do a great job of connecting with their players. I think we saw that with Liam Cohen and just how the Jacksonville Jaguars locker room was just literally changing week after week with Ben Johnson. With Mike McDonald, you absolutely could see that as well. So all of these guys. And, it's funny too. Like, I feel like Kyle Shanahan's like, we don't think about him getting the award just because he's been so damn good for so long. And it's kind of like, the longer you've been doing it for and the more successful you've been, I feel like the less chance you have of winning Coach of the Year in some capacity, right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's something to that, but
Mike McDonald came up, and he comes up too.
Yeah,
I mean, the way he handles himself on the sideline, and just to hear him talk and how they practice, and it's a new era in this way in the NFL. These coaches have to have what's the word? They got to have a bigger connection than ever with their players.
Yeah, no doubt.
Doesn't mean it's about being nice. It's connecting to them, and they know what you're about, and they're going to follow your rules.
That's right.
And I think that's we're seeing some really good young coaches just taking advantage of that, and they got it. Mike McDonald, does he ever get nervous on the sideline? I don't know. Every time I
thought he was a little nervous in the post-game press conference on the stage, because I feel like he was about to just like let it rip, He was kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna, keep it in check. But you could tell he was jacked up. I'd have it flipped. I'd give it to Mike McDonald, Vrabel in a close second. And listen, I think you can't go wrong with either one, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So going to be happy for whoever does actually get. This is probably the toughest one, I think, at a lot of them to award. But just, with Mike McDonald, the Seahawks, I mean, of course, like, we were expecting Vrabel to make a change. We weren't expecting the Super Bowl in 1 year. I don't know if we ever had any expectations of Mike McDonald and the Seahawks and what they were going, and how they were building that team. So that's where I kind of add a little bit of a cherry on top for him in that discussion, just because, it's a different environment that he had to kind of take over and rewrite there.
Well, just think of this, I'll make it quick.
Yeah.
He's out there. They want to keep Geno Smith.
Right.
And Geno, I guess, got a better offer or whatever, wanted to move. And so now they get, Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
And sometimes you got to be lucky. I think if Geno was part of the Seattle Seahawks, he would have had a really good year. I don't know if he'd had a year as good as Sam Darnold has had.
Yeah.
But
even too, just Mike McDonald moving on from Ryan Grubb and getting Clint Kubiak, like, even that's like a move where, like, just like Vrabel getting Josh McDaniels, like, the moves behind the scenes to get his team better were just as important as the guys that they brought into the building too. And I got to credit Mike McDonald for recognizing that and making that move, especially after just 1 year of being a head coach. Tough to do that. And I really, and just, hey, it's pretty cool for him to have the courage to do that. All right, let's go to AP Comeback Player of the Year. The list is Stephon Diggs, Adam Hutchinson, Trevor Lawrence, Christian McCaffrey, and Dak Prescott. That's another hell of a list right there. And
Aiden Hutchinson. Yes.
Yeah, just the how gruesome the injury was. And I mean, everyone saw live on TV just what happened to his leg and how violent it was, and just how well he was playing up into that point. For him to come back and still be as impactful as he was, Aiden Hutchinson would definitely be a good one to win that award.
Yeah, and I didn't give it to him. I went to Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, I thought you said Aiden Hutchinson. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying. No, you said Adam Hutchinson, so I was just correct.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
All right.
We've called people worse than that, so don't worry about it.
That's right.
They come back, because Trevor Lawrence, I felt like, was in not a tough position, but in a position where everybody goes, well, this is it. Is he going to be the guy or is he not?
Right.
And the great thing is he showed us basically all year long he's the guy. Liam Cohen, did he help him? Well, of course.
It's part of it.
It's part of it. And everything he did, leadership, personality, forget the play on the field sometimes. I just saw a different man in interviews and his body language on the field. And I could see that emotionally he cares deeply. And I think that's why I looked at it and go, well, he answered the bell. I thought he played pretty damn good in the playoff game. A little unfortunate. They lost to, of course, the Buffalo Bills. But Trevor Lawrence, great job this year.
Trevor Lawrence is your AP Comeback Player of the Year. All right, now we got the AP Defensive Rookie of the Year, presented by EA Sports, Madden NFL. We got Abdul Carter, Nick Manwari, James Pierce Jr., the Atlanta Falcons defensive end, Carson Schlesinger, middle linebacker for the Cleveland Browns, and Xavier Watts, another Atlanta Falcons member, the safety, the rookie out of Notre Dame, who played extremely well this year. Big guy, who is your AP Defensive Rookie of the Year, presented by EA Sports, Madden NFL?
Man, this is really hard because I'm just listen.
This is not hard, actually. This is 2 seconds to me.
Oh, it is. Well, let me hear what you got.
It's Nick Manwari. I think so. I mean, he's just like, he's the Swiss Army knife for a team that's playing in the Super Bowl, right? And I think he's a guy, too, that, like, when you watch them play, he's kind of got that I don't know how to say it, but he's just like kind of that dude on the defense already, and just his first year. And I would say in a close second would be Carson Schlesinger, because when you watch Cleveland Brown tape, dude's everywhere. It's unbelievable how violent, how fast that kid plays. So I would say Nick Manwari is number 1. Carson Schlesinger is number 2 on that list, and then probably followed by Xavier Watts, the safety from Atlanta.
Yeah, I had it turned around in the top 2, opposite of you.
Okay.
Well, I got Schlesinger winning Defensive Rookie of the Year. And it's kind of hard, you watch it. They got Mason Graham. Oh, and they got that other guy outside who's
Myles Garrett.
So yeah. What a group.
But he did call the defense, right? So that's a part of it too. Like, he is essentially calling the defense and the leader in that way. So he's got the green dot.
Yeah. So it's how I am, and I think maybe you, is that when I watch film a lot of times, I do watch the defense, but I watch it much faster than I do the offense. So I don't, but he would jump out, of course, because of all the tackles. Yeah. You can't help it, the energy that he plays with and everything. And then, when I'm not watching him, I'm watching, of course, Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, what a rookie class you just brought up.
It's players. A lot of really good young football players. And hey, even the Senior Bowl is going on right now, and there's going to be another crop of really good young football players that are going to make huge impacts like these guys did for their teams this year. And you're right. When I watch the film too, I watch it from the lens of an offensive guy, and then I start to pick up defensive things when I'm just like, who the hell is this that keeps just effing the play up? Right. And that's where you start to connect that stuff. All right, let's go to the AP Offensive Rookie of the Year, presented by EA Sports, Madden NFL. We have Jackson Dart, Emeka Egbuka, Travion Henderson, Tetaroa McMillan, and Tyler Shuck. Who are you going with for the Rookie of the Year for the offense?
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
Don't be
Henderson wasn't on this?
Travion Henderson. Yeah, I said Travion.
Oh, you said that? Oh, yeah. Well, him and Tyler Shuck were my 2. And quite honestly, I picked Tyler Shuck.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
You take Tyler Shuck over Jackson Dart, big guy?
I did.
All right.
Yeah, I know. I think I did it because one of the things is I think he was undervalued in the draft. And, of course, I watched him a lot. I talked to Jeff Brom, the coach, the head coach at the University of Louisville, and he was giving me things. And, I didn't feel like anybody in the media, the public, the fan, whatever, really grabbed onto it. So I think that's what kind of drove me there a little bit.
Right.
And when I did watch him play, he's a friend. He has a chance to be a franchise quarterback. I thought his arm looked pretty damn good. He's a little more mobile than people think, which we knew coming into the draft. He showed he was mobile at Texas Tech at his first start or his first stop. That's when he was a running quarterback almost. Right. They were running him right and left. That's why he got hurt. Yeah. Tyler Shuck. So who do you have?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm going with Jackson Dart. It's either Jackson Dart or Emeka Egbuka in my eyes as the number 1, number 2. I'm going to go with Jackson Dart because Jackson Dart also did accumulate some good rushing stats as well. So as I look, right, comparing the two, right, rushing, Shuck had 186 for 3 touchdowns. He passed for 2,300, had 10 TDs, 6 interceptions. Now, he didn't play as many games as Jackson Dart, who played 3 more than him. Shuck played 11. Dart played 14. Really? But Dart did have 9 touchdowns on the ground. He did rush for 487 yards. And, I kind of give him a little bit more of that, an advantage by being aggressive with his stuff that he's done with his legs.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. I guess I didn't want to be a homer.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'll be the homer for you, right?
Yeah, it's
I'm going to
okay.
go with Jackson Dart. I
All
like
right.
Tyler Shuck a lot, and I would say that too towards the end of the year, obviously for multiple reasons, but Tyler Shuck was maybe one of the best rookies in the NFL, right? And was ascending, right? Whereas Jackson Dart kind of felt like it's losing its juice a little bit as the week goes. But hey, Shuck had his head coach and the system in place, and it was getting better. Jackson Dart's system got ripped from him pretty early on, so there was a lot going on surrounding him.
With Tyler Shuck, what's good about him?
Yeah,
as long as he plays well, he's going to have a pretty good offensive coordinator. That's the head coach,
right.
So that's a really big plus for him. I thought that the head coach, and you could tell what they really managed it well. Spencer Rattler, they started with him. He played some good games, but it kind of died. And it was time to put Tyler Shuck in there when they did. He played the way they hoped he would.
Right.
Or he played the way they hoped he would. Yeah, it was interesting and rookie of the year in my eyes. So there we go. You got Jackson Dart, and I got Tyler Shuck. I'm still trying to figure out how the hell you get Shuck out of that spelling. Shoughh.
We'll find out the origin and all that too at another time. But yes, we'll look into it.
We'll look into it.
All right. Let's go with AP Offensive Player of the Year presented by Microsoft Copilot. We have Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, Puka Nacua, Bijan Robinson, Jackson Smith-Njigba.
Who did you take?
For this one, for Offensive Player of the Year, this was a tough decision for me. And this is, again, where I fall into the trap of just like, what are we really looking at here, right? And I tend to go away from the quarterback position just because we're so heavily involved in QB all the time. And this is where I'm like kind of almost punishing Drake May for being an MVP and all that. For me, I'm either going with Christian McCaffrey or Bijan Robinson, honestly, and maybe JSN like in a short third place there. It's very difficult, but I want to lean more towards like Bijan Robinson, right? Because I feel like of just how he played, his impact, both on the ground, through the air. I'm going to go with Bijan Robinson for Offensive Player of the Year.
That's my number one, Bijan Robinson.
Okay.
Absolutely. That was, that one I think I got that one. And Jackson Smith-Njigba. He was my second one.
Okay.
It got validated during the playoffs. I just look at him and that receiving core of Seattle and everything about him. Too, when you're getting publicity and putting up good numbers, the defenses, maybe even just one guy, the guy covering you, he's so motivated because he wants to stop it. And so he fought his way through that too. So it was a good year, that's for sure. But you got my two guys there.
Yeah, it's super difficult there. All right, let's go to the AP Defensive Player of the Year presented by TCL. And now this is Will Anderson Jr., Nick Bonito, Myles Garrett, Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons.
Well, it's not Micah Parsons. So this Defensive Player of the Year.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it's not the MVP, right?
No, Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, I'm Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett. Yes, sir. Yeah. Now, and this is the thing. Do you want to add Myles Garrett to our Sims Complete Most Valuable Player award? Because that's where he should be listed. He should be up for both.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was asking. He should be up for both.
Like, I don't know how Christian McCaffrey is Offensive Player of the Year and also up for MVP, but Myles Garrett is
comeback Player of the Year. Everything I know. Christian McCaffrey was in every category here this year, but well deserved.
Coach of the Year too.
Player of the Year. There's no doubt it's Myles Garrett. And the big question is, as we get to, he is just a phenomenal. He's the guy. If you say, here's what I want my defensive end to look like, he is that guy. Athletically, it's off the charts.
Yeah.
And all this saying all this, he puts it on the field too.
That's right.
If they had a rule where you can't double team a defensive end, he'd have got over 30 sacks easily. I mean, I'm not he's just unbelievable. He really was. And what happened, he was so good the first 8 or 9 weeks that now teams said, there's no doubt about it. We got to do special stuff to stop him because he single-handedly could win the game for you.
He absolutely can. And that's where we'll come back to this conversation here in a second, right? I'll say Myles Garrett as well. But the way that I'm going to spin it later, I want to actually give it to someone like a Nick Bonito or a Will Anderson, right? As someone that I actually would give the award to because, I think Myles Garrett's being undersold with this award system in the NFL. And another guy that probably will have to wait 7 ballots to go to the Hall of Fame. Let's go to the AP Most Valuable Player presented by, we missed what that's presented by, but hey, the most valuable football player in the NFL. We have Josh Allen, Trevor Lawrence, Drake May, Christian McCaffrey, and Matthew Stafford.
Matt Stafford.
And listen, Christian McCaffrey had a great season too, so I shouldn't throw shade at him like that.
No,
it was a phenomenal year, right? He had a great year. I don't mean to throw shade at him, really directly at him, more so just the system in place. But yes.
Yeah, but I don't think he's in all these categories, and it's great, and he did have a great year, but there was always somebody that's just focused on one thing doing it because, Christian McCaffrey blocked for the quarterback, run the ball, catch it, you move him around everywhere. It's tremendous. But Matt Stafford is the MVP of the league. And all you had to do, just watch you can, any game, just about every game, he's spectacular throwing the ball.
Yeah.
His ability to throw it over people and in front of the guy behind and to his receiver, it's second to none.
Right.
And the arm is still fresh. He moves around enough to buy time to throw all that. And, from start to finish, it was a spectacular year.
Yeah.
And again, I said this last week to you, or maybe earlier this week, I can't remember. Mm-hmm. And somebody said, do you think he'll retire? Why would you retire when you're the best person in the world throwing the football?
Yeah.
And you get paid a lot of money. And you got a good coach who's going to protect you and give you a chance to do what you do. And then, of course, and his wife goes, you're going to keep playing. It's good. So, that's something to do with it, too. The family's going to talk, and I don't think his wife and his what's he have, 3 girls? I think he has 3 girls.
Yes, 3 or 4, I want to say. I don't know exactly, but yes.
Oh, yeah, I would be shocked if Matt Stafford doesn't come back. But what a year he had.
Yeah.
And they were never out of a game. And I think, what I really like? I was always on his side when I would do games in Detroit. Mm-hmm. And when he went to L.A., I just, he's no good. He's nothing. What has he won? Yeah, I know. Yeah, Detroit. I had him picked for the Super Bowl every year.
Yeah.
He changed the attitude of a bunch of people who never changed their attitudes about how good he is. And so I'm happy for him in that respect.
I totally understand. I get it. Yeah, we both see this, very similarly too with Matt Stafford. And I think early on in the year, we were like, okay, especially with his back pain issues and all that in camp, we're thinking, all right, they run the ball pretty well. Sean McVay will draw it up. The defense is getting better. Early on in the season, we were like, wow, this defense is something. As the season progressed, it's all Matt Stafford. Without Matt Stafford, they're not even a playoff football team, honestly, in my eyes, right? So, that's where I just feel like the story as the season progressed absolutely changed into the favor of just they're everything because of Matt Stafford and his presence, his ability to make big time throws in critical situations.
The Rams rely on their quarterback as much or more than any other team in the league.
Agree. Yeah.
You think, well, Josh Allen, but that's there. But there we see many games where they run the ball well. He runs, completes a few passes and all that. And other quarterbacks. But Matt Stafford, it doesn't matter the game, who the opposition is. We're going to throw. And they throw a lot. And they throw it down the field. They cover the whole field, sideline to sideline.
And the fact that he's got 12 more touchdowns than everyone else, at the quarterback position, and also has only 8 interceptions on the season, considering, let me see how many attempts he had. 597 attempts.
Did he
this season.
He threw 46 touchdowns. Is that right?
48. Wait. Oh, 46. Excuse me. Yeah. Did I say 48?
No,
Yeah,
I did.
46. Yeah.
Yeah, but the touchdowns and then 4,700 yards. Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
these numbers. I don't care if you're those are tremendous.
And oddly enough, he's third on the list for most attempts. Bo Nix had 612. Dak Prescott had 600. Matthew Stafford had 597. So he can't 540.
We talked about it, Matt, but I got to tell you, the one thing, Jared Stidham, I felt, sorry for him in the game. Of course, even the bad weather, just, here you are, and you got that. But we didn't get to experience the Bo Nix experience.
Right.
And, because when he play, it's wild. It's just like he's just running.
Yeah.
And, So what a terrible thing to happen where you've had a great year. You're in that position, number one seed. Well, what do you say? All right, here's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
MVP. So Matt Stafford, I feel really safe that he's going to win that award. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I would. I'd be shocked if he didn't win the award, honestly. Yeah.
I know it's almost confusing, but for the Super Bowl, I've said this, there should be an offensive MVP and a defensive MVP in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. When's the last time a defensive player won the MVP of the Super Bowl? It's been a long time. Maybe Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. Yeah. And what year was that? 2000?
Yeah. It's been a long time. So that, and even the same thing during the NFL season, because you said it, it's such a quarterback driven award. And
the whole league is driven about the quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even too with the Senior Bowl right now, it's only 2 seconds before they start talking about QBs because, they just, I don't know. I guess it's just not, sexy enough to talk about other positions and all that. But the fact that Myles Garrett isn't up for MVP is a joke. That's the thing. The fact that, Derrick Henry can't win the MVP, Saquon Barkley can't win, and when they rush for 2,000 yards, this is a thing that, ever since I've kind of gotten into this media world and all that, and we've done our show, you've heard me bitch about this year after year, and this is another great example. Why is Myles Garrett not even on the list? What are we doing? I just don't get it. I don't understand. Breaks the sack record in modern NFL where he plays the one position that stops the main position we're always trying to celebrate. Yeah. And we all know, we watched the Browns this year, right? We know what was going on there. We know how much. And what is every team's focus when they play the Cleveland Browns?
Oh, my God.
Oh, we got to worry about their great quarterback play. No. Come on, man.
It's
so silly.
It's almost like
it's embarrassing, honestly.
Yeah, but it's almost like Lawrence Taylor at the height of his best year ever. You know what I mean? That was Myles Garrett this year.
Yeah.
And Myles Garrett in Cleveland, losing team, hey, what would he have done if they had a great offense that had leads and you had to, on the other side, your quarterback had to start pressing to get, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So that didn't happen very often with Cleveland, where they had a good lead for the whole game, where the defense could really take off. And my last thing there, I don't know what's going on with Jim Schwartz. I just jump around here. D coordinator last year, he did a great job with the Cleveland Brown defense. I don't know. Is he going to stay? Is he going to leave because he didn't get the head job?
I guess we'll find out here pretty soon.
Man, if he stays, that changes their whole. To me, he changes their franchise.
Yeah,
I think it really does. So,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the Cleveland thing, I kind of got to see it before I really believe it. Yeah. Unfortunately for Browns fans out there, that's just kind of the way that I see your franchise right now. We'll see.
Well, let me say this to you. Let me say this. Do you agree with my Super Bowl offense, defense, and same with the MVP?
I just think that we really need to get away from this, just always focused on the quarterback thing, and I just think it's such BS. I think it gets so old, and we're always, is he the top quarterback? Is he this? Is he that? And it's just it's just so boring. It's not even about what the game is about. That's the other thing too. It has nothing to do. We try to make awards like basketball season again. It's just like, no, it's not that. It's better than that, right? It's the greatest team game ever. And, this is a time where we should be celebrating guys like Myles Garrett. This is why I wanted Saquon Barkley to win the MVP last year. This is why I wanted Derrick Henry to win the MVP maybe 2 years before that. That's why I wanted Todd Gurley to win the MVP when the Rams went to the Super Bowl, because damn, he's the reason why they went to the Super Bowl. Like, because he was just that good. And it's like, oh, we're going to give it to Tom Brady again. It's because because he cheated, we're going to award him with the MVP, and it's just like, oh my God, like, I think we just go out of our way sometimes to just create this clout for quarterbacks for no reason. And it even goes back to like even the divisional round when we were talking about the Texans Patriots game and how everyone was like, well, you need to find out if CJ Stroud is your quarterback of the future. It's like, no, you need to win the game. That's your job. Who gives a shit about your future? You need to win today. So I don't know. We just get so lost in this legacy QB.
Oh, it's unbelievable
thing. And it's like, I know how important the position is. I've seen how important it is. I know what it looks like. I never participated in actually being a part of it, but I saw it and I know it. But man, it drives me nuts. And
Matt, the answer is
it gets old.
The answer is this. What does the fan know? Well, they know what you talk about. And
fans know more than ever. It's media that gets lost right now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, media, but the first thing to do is go right to the quarterback, because that's the easy way to tell the story, they think. And, like I always,
we all do it.
Yeah. Well, you have to do it because we've trained the audience to learn that position and talk about it. That and the coach.
Well, to critique that position, not to learn about it, all right?
Well, but the thing about the quarterback position, what makes it easy for people to talk about, we always have stats.
Yeah.
This and that, and inside the red zone, when he's blitzed from the right side, he's not very good. Oh,
right.
Shit. It's unbelievable. And I always laugh about it.
Yeah.
I just go, a quarterback can win the game, throw for 300, 4 touchdowns, but he did throw an interception.
Yeah. And even in this list right here, the fact of let's throw Christian McCaffrey in there. And it's just like, I don't know. Christian McCaffrey is the one guy outside of the quarterback position that gets treated like a quarterback.
He does.
With the media. It's like, even like, oh, hey, Sunday Night Football. It's like, it's a picture of Christian McCaffrey and the other team's quarterback. It's like he's the one guy that kind of crosses that threshold there. But the fact that Myles Garrett's not even in this list is embarrassing for the league. It's as embarrassing as Bill Belichick in that situation. And it's just dumb. That's really what it comes down to. The way it should be, we should have a quarterback of the year, and then we should have an MVP that has a mixture of both 3 offensive players, 3 defensive players, or like you're saying for the Super Bowl, offensive MVP or a defensive MVP. I don't know, right? But just, this whole thing of just like most valuable player and it always being a quarterback is just, of course, it's always going to be easy to say that,
Yeah,
would like to get away from that.
Yeah, you know what? It'll never change. So
maybe we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Right. They changed the Pro Bowl, for the better.
What'd you say?
I said they changed the Pro Bowl for the better.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I am. Oh
my God. The chances of me watching that, if somebody said, here's $1,000, if you watch it, I said, I don't want it.
See, this is also why it's like, I think the voting for the Hall of Fame thing, I think more people would tune into that than the actual 7-on-7 flag Pro Bowl thing. Now I am looking forward to seeing how they incorporate flag and all that stuff a little bit more. That could be something interesting if they're creative in that light. But it's it is what it is. Yeah.
All right.
Until it isn't.
We're done, right?
Yes, sir. Hey, thank you so much for your cooperation today, Phil Simms. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure. This is Sims Complete on the Believe Sports Network, brought to you by FanDuel. Big Phil, any closing arguments or statements?
Well, as people watch you and everything, just think I had to raise him. So,
well, that, I am an extension of you. So that just explains a lot about who you are too.
No, you're right. No, it's all good. I've stayed away from the Seattle, New England game this week.
Okay.
But this weekend, that'll be Friday and Saturday be the days I'm gonna just go, okay, let me really see what else I can figure out about this game.
Yeah.
It seems like it's not. Some people are saying, "Oh, I don't think it's a great viewing audience because of who's in it." I don't know. This game can be really interesting, and the players, but also the coaching and decision making and management of the game and all that. I think that's going to probably be a big part of the game also. So
Agree. I'm excited. I'm excited. And I think even though it's teams that we've seen play each other in the Super Bowl before not too long ago, it's still a refreshing take on this matchup and just two new teams that have come from absolutely nowhere to the mountaintop of what the NFL is all about. So to me, yeah, I mean, I think it's fantastic. And of course, just the storylines too. Like, is this a jumping off point for careers and all that? We'll see. Of course, all the stories that kind of spin off of this game are always fascinating.
Yeah.
And then of course, as we break down what happens, then certain things come out and you hear about like, oh, during the game, this happened or that, and that's a whole nother thing in itself. There's the game, and then there's the game within the game that I think is always fascinating and interesting to dissect. But yeah, I'm pumped about it. I look forward to it. Two hungry teams that really earned their right to play in this game, and two teams who are doing it in a little bit of a unique way, consider outside of the normal structure of the NFL recently, right? But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It is.
All right, big guy.
Cool. All right, bud. Good stuff. Way to go.
Hey, you too, man.
I'll see you later.
Hey, see you later, dude. All right, Sims Complete, Believe Sports Network, brought to you by FanDuel. He's Phil. I'm Matt. We'll see you next time.